Kailabreece.
Just got off of work. It's about 9:45, and thought I'd talk about capitalism. American sociologist Peter Berger was quoted saying that you don't find democratic systems apart from capitalism. And that's because capitalism, a free market economy, is influenced by the pressures of competition, supply and demand, and the autonomy of the businesses to decide what they'll make, how much they'll make, and how much they'll charge for it. This specific economic system is kind of the child of mercantilism, at which point it then matured into a laissez-faire or let-do market and eventually ripened into the industrial finance capitalism of the 20th century, or the 21st century. Future transformations still await this free market, and globalization will certainly play a role in its new direction. Current capitalists argue that capitalism has promoted economic growth, which is measured in GDP, gross domestic product. They contend that by increasing a nation's per capita GDP, the nation will steadily show improved standards of living, some even noting that this gained economic freedom is a direct link to political freedoms and a reduction in overall oppression. The other side of the debate, the anti-capitalists, claim that economic regulation is necessary in order to reduce corruption, negligence, and socio-cultural disparities. That's my cat. He's crazy. The most infamous alternative was communism. Communism envisioned a stateless society based on common ownership of the means of production. Similar quasi-socialist groups have asserted a list of evils that they claim capitalism has created. Unfair and inefficient distribution of wealth and power, a tendency toward creating market monopolies, economic and cultural exploitation, alienation, inequality, unemployment, economic instability. In addition to those, there's also your extreme religious groups who see capitalism as materialistic and shun the very concept of lending with interest. And even then there's the extreme environmentalists who say that capitalism requires continual growth, and in time the finite resources will be depleted completely. Both sides present the stories of moral appropriateness, but I don't think morality has anything to do with profit. My question to my fellow intellectuals is this: where do you see capitalism going in the future? And do you think it was the better of the financial systems? Personally, I subscribe to capitalism, not because it's infallible, but because it has propelled, in my opinion, current developed nations to improvements, as well as driven science to new heights. However, I can see the profit-motivated exploitation. Muhammad Yunus, known as the banker to the poor, once wrote, "We accept the fact that we will always have poor people around us, so we've always had poor people around us. If we believe that poverty is unacceptable to us, and that it should not be part of civilized society, we would have created institutions and policies to create a poverty-free world." Yunus is right, and that's sad. It's time capitalism created more than just exclusive individual wealth. It's time capitalism produced universal assets, healthy, educated people. That's my piece. This is Caleb Reese. What do you know? I'm going to bed.